Bruce Lee once said, long-term consistency beats short-term intensity. And this story is the perfect proof of that. Before I tell you this story, hear this. A man once spent 12 years running toward a mountain, not to climb it, but to move it, not with strength, not with tools, not with power, but with something far greater, consistency so relentless, the impossible eventually bowed to him. Now, listen closely. In a small forgotten village in western China stood a giant wall of stone called Gongshan, a mountain so massive it blocked the villagers from reaching the nearest clean water source. Every day, families walked 4 hours around it, 4 hours carrying heavy buckets, 4 hours battling heat, cold, and exhaustion. One evening, a young man named Hao watched his mother return home with trembling hands and swollen feet. She tried to smile, but he could see the pain behind it. Something inside him cracked. "If the mountain will not move," he whispered, "then I will move it." The villagers burst into laughter. "How? You're just one man. You can't fight a mountain. Even kings can't do that." Hao didn't argue. He simply walked to the mountain the next morning with a wooden bowl in his hands and dug out a single scoop of dirt. Then he carried it away and dumped it. The next day, another scoop. The next day, another. Rain, heat, storms, snow, it didn't matter. Every sunrise, Hao appeared with that same bowl, removing the mountain one handful at a time. Children teased him. Travelers mocked him. Even friends begged him to stop. "Hao, this will take a lifetime," he smiled gently. "Then I will give it my lifetime. If I stop, the mountain stays. If I continue, one day it moves." Years passed. His shoulders curved, his hair turned gray. But the rhythm never broke. Scoop, lift, walk, empty, repeat. Then one morning something unimaginable happened. Hao reached the mountain and froze. A deep crack ran down the side of Gongshan. The daily removal of thousands upon thousands of tiny scoops had weakened the base. Rain and wind had joined the fight. The villagers gathered as the ground trembled. The mountain groaned like an ancient beast, and a massive slab of rock broke away and crashed to the earth. Dust filled the sky. Silence swallowed the valley. Then whispers spread. "It's moving." The impossible had begun. Within months, nature continued what Hao started. More cracks, more falls, more erosion. And one morning 12 years after he carried his first bowl, the villagers stood in awe. A natural pathway cut straight through Gongshan. A new road. A safe passage. A lifeline. Hao didn't move the whole mountain. He just moved enough of it for life to change forever. All because of one simple rule. Do the small thing. Every single day. You don't need talent. You don't need perfect timing. You don't need huge leaps. You need the bowl. You need the step. You need the daily action that feels too small to matter. Because mountains don't fall to strength. They fall to consistency. And if one bowl a day can move a mountain, imagine what one step a day can do for you. Now it's your turn. Start with your bowl. Start today. Start small, but start moving your mountain, because the world won't change when you're ready. It changes when you're consistent. If you want more stories like this, more power, more fire for your journey, follow, subscribe, and keep rising with us. Your mountain is waiting.